Mayada.
Hello ladies and gents, family and friends, welcome back to another video. This is your friend Dr. Uduro. Today I have Dr. Galvin here to introduce himself.
Hi, my name is Ricky, Dr. Galvin. I am a pharmacist with Walgreens. I went and got my undergrad with OSU. I've been practicing now for about a year and a half, and I graduated about 2 years.
What is the reason you went to pharmacy school?
So, back in high school or beginning of college, my parents ran a key shop at the Westland Flea Market, and I used to run it for a little bit. So people would come in, ask for their keys, I would cut it for them and have a little bit of a chit-chat with them. I really enjoyed the interaction I had with people, but in school I was really good with science and math, so I really thought about how can I put those things together. The first idea I had was pharmacy, so I applied to try to get into OSU's pre-pharm, and I ended up getting in, and that's what stuck with me.
What was the other option if pharmacy did not work? Did you have any option?
Yeah, if pharmacy didn't work out, at the time, I didn't really plan on going to college. I didn't do well on my ACTs or my SATs. So if I didn't get into OSU to get into pre-pharm, the plan was realistically just to carry on the family business over there at the flea market. Hopefully I'm trying to get into a pharmacy manager position here to get a little more experience on what it's like managing a pharmacy, and then someday go on to get my MBA. And I would really like someday to have my own pharmacy, but yeah, it'd be good if I could meet the right people. I agree.
Question, what course did you like while in pharmacy school?
In pharmacy school, I think my favorite course was every week we had lab where they would give us a patient case. They gave us a list of their medications, and we had to do a DUR, an MTM or something, and we get to sit down and practice speaking with a patient. I think that really set the tone and really got me in a good place to deal with patients in real life.
Yeah, I think I liked that too when I was in school. What course didn't you like?
My least favorite course was absolutely oncology. I was terrible at memorizing all the different drugs and their mechanisms of actions, the interactions and contraindications. There's just so many of them and so many different ways to affect a cell that's potentially cancerous. I struggled very much with it, and that's why there's a whole field dedicated to studying that stuff. It's hard.
What advice will you give to future pharmacists, people out there watching us who want to be like you, Dr. Ricky, and work as pharmacists and helping people with medication therapy? What advice will you give?
Sure. So my first thing advice would be don't give up before you even start. I didn't plan on ever going to college, but if I never even applied, I wouldn't have known that I would make it this far. So don't set limits on yourself without even trying. Then once you do start getting some momentum and moving your career forward, I think it's definitely important to think about have hobbies outside of pharmacy, because once you're working 30-40 hours a week, once you're out of school, you're going to have a lot more free time that you're not going to know what to do with, and if you dedicate your entire life to pharmacy, it's going to burn you out. I think it's really important to find a hobby like playing a sport or playing a game, whatever, reading, something outside of pharmacy that's not going to burn you out, you can go to when you're feeling stressed. I think that's always been my first priority, to make sure I have hobbies outside of work so that I'm not taking work home with me.
That's exactly what I'm doing, right?
Exactly.
And from here, I'm going to go mow the grass, smell some grass and
put some music on.
Yeah,
that's nice.
So we've come to the rhyme zone. So what medication? It's not medication, just any random medication, and give me like anything that rhymes with it, either one word, two word. I'll give you my example, like clonopin. Someone woke up today sipping his or her clonopin. I like rhyme. So what rhyme are you going to end the show with today? What medication?
Sure. So I think if you're thinking about going to the Thunderdome, you may want to get on some risperidone or some methadone. I think that'd be a really good one.
Just like I called you earlier on the phone.
On the phone. We're getting in the zone.
It's on and it's on. Yeah, this was good talking to you, Dr. Galvin. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thanks.
Everything.
Bye, everybody.